Hey, is it doing a thing?
It seems like it's doing a thing.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Time for some D&D. So far, after reaching the city of Omu, the party has collected. Let's run through this list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 puzzle cubes. And currently seem poised to collect a 5th. They just fought off some ghasts inside of the shrine to the deceiver god Unk. And now, in this room that, well, let me give you a quick refresher here. So there was that outbuilding outside that was kind of collapsing, and there were a bunch of keys hanging around. You scooped up a bunch of those. Came in, killed these slobbering undead things. Mostly like turned them and made them hide in the corner while you picked them off one by one. And yeah, so inside this chamber where you just fought off the undead things, there is a statue of a giant snail looming before you. In place of antennae, it has 5 pseudopods ending in rocky clubs. Along the walls, 6 iron keys hang in small alcoves above stone plinths. Behind the statue, so kind of back where Thorv and Azaka are right now, a carved pedestal in a wide alcove has a keyhole set into its base. This is what you have to go off.
So what do the plinths say?
Let's see. What do they say?
Yeah.
They do not seem to say anything.
They're just blank?
Yeah, so like a plinth is like a platform, it's not a plaque.
Oh. Sorry. I was thinking.
Is there writing anywhere inside or outside the room?
Well, let us have a quick look. Yes. Above the doors is written an inscription in Old Amuan, which I believe Lucius had translated before, that says, Unk urges us to contrast all options before acting.
Do any of the keys I took from the shed look like they'll fit in the keyhole?
You could certainly try or investigate.
I would like to, I guess, investigate.
Okay. Yeah, do an investigate.
Can I investigate without putting a key in the keyhole?
Sure.
Okay. 10.
Okay. So, I mean, you're basically going off the exterior of the keyhole and the assortment of keys that you have at your disposal. Let's see. So, I think the one thing that would really that would become apparent as you look at this keyhole is that the key well, I guess let's put it this way. The keyhole itself is wider than any of the keys that you currently have.
Is it around the same size as the keys on the wall?
So all of the keys around here are relatively similar in size. Although, let's see. Let's have you make another investigation check, because I think this is, yeah, it's different enough. All right.
Better.
So I think what you would pick up on is the keys in this room tend to be a little on the smaller side, a little narrower.
Mhm.
And then looking at the like handfuls of keys that you pulled from the outbuilding, they seem more complex, larger, generally speaking.
Hmm. I will pass this news to the group.
Does anybody mind if I pick up one of these keys?
Like the one on the wall.
Yeah, one of them on the wall.
I'm walking out if he's doing that.
Like, I've already seen one of these things turn into a gas chamber. I am out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go pick the one up next to me.
Okay. So as you do that, you reach out, grab the key. Nothing happens. You have a key.
Okay. I'll go walk out towards Lucius and tell him nothing happened.
Alright, I'll come back in.
Maybe we should grab all the keys.
We can.
I pick up the key next to me.
Okay. So yeah, you do that. You have a key.
Oh,
I want to go up to the statue and pull on the and things that are normally antennas and see if they do anything.
Okay. Yeah, you go and like kind of tug on the flaily bits of the flail snail, and nothing seems to happen.
Strange idea.
Huh.
The guys that we killed, do any of them have a key around their neck or anything? Like a key in their pockets or...
So, looking at these shambling undead things that you killed off, they do not seem to carry any keys or really any equipment with them. They're dressed in rags, and each of them has a small blue triangle tattooed on its forehead.
Okay, but no key?
Nope.
Alright.
I pick up the rest of the keys.
Okay.
Selfish.
You make the rounds, pick up all the keys.
Maybe want to keep a track on which ones come from where somehow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna send Stratos out and around the building to see if there's something we're missing.
Okay. Yeah, you send Stratos out, and I think you'd already done a little bit of aerial surveillance on this place. But go ahead and make a perception check.
That's wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, nothing really new. I mean, you send them around the perimeter. You see the bits of crumbling wall back behind the shrine. Much the same as the outer wall is all along the perimeter. There's kind of a like a big puddle by one corner of the building in the back. Other than that, no real distinguishing features.
And there's just the one outbuilding, right?
Yes, yeah, it's
Okay.
just that one back by you.
I guess, sure, fly over the puddle. See if there's anything in the puddle.
All right. No, the puddle looks pretty shallow. I mean, it's
Okay.
a little murky. You probably see some leeches squirming around in there, but yeah, you can see the bottom, and there doesn't
Okay.
seem to be anything off about it.
Well, Unk urges us to contrast all options before acting, so...
Valid point.
After that, I'll come in and I'll say, does it look like you could put the keys that were on the walls together in that slot? Like, maybe more than one key per that slot?
I compare the keys.
Okay. So holding the keys up to one another, I think it becomes apparent that the shapes of both the grooves that run along the length of them and then the teeth of the keys themselves, they do interlock in a way.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
So we just need to
I'll
figure
hand over
out-
my key.
Yeah. We'll
Create
have
a massive key.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say this is probably where like my intelligence would come in, as I could spatially differentiate the key, keys to the keyhole kind of thing.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
picking the right permutations of this rather than having to trial and error your way through everything.
Yeah.
I'd probably be pretty good for that too.
Yeah. So Thorv and I
Okay.
are helming that.
Cool. So yeah, easily enough done. You kind of press the 6 keys together, and yeah, you have this one big Franken key kind of situation going on.
Does it seem like it would fit in that keyhole that I think you said it's like a recessed keyhole?
So yeah, looking at the pedestal in the back where the keyhole is, your Franken key now looks a little oversized.
A little oversized. Alright. The statue itself didn't have any keyholes, right?
Correct.
Even up top of the eye stalks or anything?
I mean, make a perception check just to, I guess see how confident you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't think you see anything.
Okay.
I was moving them around. Did any of them seem heavier or anything? Noticeably heavier or lighter?
Referring to the like the limbs of the flail snail.
No, the individual keys.
Uh,
Is one of the keys not like the other?
no, I mean in every conceivable way, like they seem relatively similar in make and size and heft.
Is there something different about their recesses? Or do all of them look the same?
I don't think there's any factor about one particular key that would make it stand out from the others.
The little keys in, or the little keys in here and the big keys from the outbuilding, do those combine? Or is it
Taking a
just
second to kind of cycle through them, like, yeah, you don't find any that fit together the way that these 6 do.
Okay.
Is there a way to make the keyhole bigger?
Well, is there a way to omit a couple pieces of the key and make it fit? Or a couple
You
of
could give it a shot. You could take out like maybe the outside one on each end, or 2 from one end, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, just say you like try a couple of those options, and you do eventually get to like a thickness of the key that will actually fit into the hole. But when you go to turn it, it won't budge.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, so as you do that, a thing happens. Specifically, I mean, I guess, like, Lucius, you're in there and you're, like, trying stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fiddling with it.
Alright, so everybody make a dex save.
Oh, I forgot how my character made open.
Oh, I thought I had the nat 20.
Le
but I had
gasp.
2.
Yeah.
Opposite,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So, let's see here.
I fail.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. This many of these dice. Okay, not too bad. So anybody who rolled an 18 or above will not take any damage.
Woohoo.
But if you got a 17 or lower, you are struck by a ray of glowing energy that suddenly blasts out of the flail snail statue. They just burst out in every direction, and in being hit by the thing, you take 17 or nope, sorry, misread. It's worse. 27 points of damage. Radiant damage, I might add.
Ow.
Yep.
As soon as that happens, I let go and I'm running out. I'm done. I see how bad that hurts some people, and nope, I'm out. That would have dropped me.
I'll go pick up the keys.
You have less than 27 hit points?
I have 26 currently and 31 total. So yes.
And we're sure there are no other keyholes around?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, we have not been too good on those today.
I mean, looking around, there are no apparent keyholes, other than the one that you just stuck a thing into and got blasted. Same with the 14.
Well,
Are all the keys from the outbuilding the same, or are they different?
No, they're all different.
Oh, okay. Alright, you just want to keep trying combinations? Only one person stays in here and turns the key, or you have one of your servant friends do this?
Yeah, I could try servant. So, are there multiple
do
different
servant.
combinations of keys?
So, you know, it's like what we were talking about before. You could take, like, you know, one off of each side, or you could take two off of one side and just kind of cycle through until you do
I guess,
that.
how many different combinations do we have? That's how...
I mean, if it's just that, there's just 3.
If it's just 3, then I will blow the spell slots if needed for Unseen Servant for that. For us to
Well, if there's
test
just 2
those.
more options, one of us can stay in here and probably turn them.
It's up to you. I mean, I am not.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be you.
I think Azaka would step up and say, she could probably handle this. She's
it
sturdy.
can't hurt her anyway, probably.
Well, it can, but still.
The one thing that can hurt her.
But yeah, so is the plan for everybody else then to like clear out, and then she'll kind of guinea pig this?
Sure.
I guess.
Fine with me.
Did I ever pop a detect magic in here?
Nope.
I don't believe you did.
All right, I'm gonna ritualistically do this then. So
Okay.
Let me take a couple minutes, but I'm gonna let everybody know. Hey, I'm gonna see if anything's magical in here because there's something we're missing.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's blocked by a foot of stone, inch of common metal, then she can lead,
Once I'm
or
done,
3
I'm gonna
foot.
walk in. Obviously.
All right. So yeah, Zaka holds off on trying more combinations until you do the thing. 10-ish minutes go by. Lucius, you have your spell up. You walk in, and you get an obvious ping of evocation magic from the statue that has been blasting you, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then from inside the pedestal, where the keyhole is, you do get kind of this like kind of faintly muted. I don't think it's really of a particular school. It's just magic. There is a magic item in there.
Okay.
But that's it.
Nothing from any of the keys, anything like that.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'll mention that. Well, the statue is magical, and there is something magical about the keyhole. Is that what it was?
About
that whole
something
area?
inside the pedestal.
Okay.
So basically what you're gathering is like if you unlock the keyhole, you'll probably access a magical item, which maybe
Probably
it's a puzzle cube.
So is the area surrounding it magic, or is it just fucking stone?
So literally what you're getting pings off of would be the statue in the middle of the room,
Yep.
and then from inside the pedestal,
Okay.
just like a thing that's situated in there.
Well, I'll look around and say, does anybody feel like smashing this fucking pedestal? You can just break it and take the cube.
I can do that.
Again, we should all probably leave, but that might be the easier option here.
I don't mind trying that.
Alright, I'm gonna walk out.
I walk out.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess
You
if
wanna inspire him, Fib?
If he needs it,
Yeah, he might.
there you go. She just pats him on the shoulder and she's like, "You can do it." And walks out.
Leans way down.
Good old Fib inspiration.
I'll take my hammer and crowbar and start trying to chip off chunks of it.
She's playing her
Alright.
pan flute from outside. It just sounds so nice. It's relaxing.
Okay, so Thor, give me, let's see. Let's call this a I'll let you choose. So do you want to chip away in a way that you're confident will hit, it'll more frequently affect things but might take a little longer, or do you want to go for the home run?
I'll try and chip away at it.
Okay.
See what that does first.
Okay. So in that case, give me an attack roll with the hammer.
Go, Bob!
Oh, it's a
Oh, no, that's
little
the bad
tiny
ones.
hammer.
Oh, tiny. Okay, like Mason's tools kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
For hammering in the pitons.
Okay. Got it. So,
Yeah.
do you have any tool proficiencies that would come in handy here? Because I think you are kind of improvising like
Smithing.
Mason's tools.
Smithing.
Smithing could be a thing. Like it's not quite the same, but yeah, I'll allow it. So, in that case, let's go. Make a smithing tools check modified by your dex.
Ooh.
Okay. So yeah, you start kind of like find some weak spots in the joints that kind of make up the structure here, and start chipping away a little bit. You do like carve out a few pieces, but on one like particularly hard hit, you do hear a familiar like, zzz, poof, and I need you to make a dex save.
That's not something I could counterspell, is it?
Let's see specifically how this is spelled out. I don't believe so.
I didn't think so, but figured I'd ask.
Yep. So Thorv, because that is less than an 8, or yeah, less than an 18. I gotta roll one more. Hold on. Oh, Nope, wrong dice. Sorry. It's probably gonna be more. They're not D6s, they're D10s.
Uh-oh.
So,
Do I still
5,
have-
another 1.
Do I still have the temporary hit points from the last place? The last temple?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So altogether then you would take 37 points of radiant damage with that 29 plus 8. Yeah. Would you like to keep going?
Not really.
Okay.
I'll walk back out and see if anybody can heal me or anything.
Yeah. I will do some heals. Heals, heals, heals. Heal. Oh, that was terrible. 11 heals.
It's something.
Yeah, I'm not going back in with only 11 heal. Okay, any other plans? I'm not gonna go try and smash it.
Yeah, I really don't have anything unless somebody can turn into something.
Turn it into something.
I don't know, like unless you have polymorph or something. I do not have polymorph.
I don't think I'm strong enough for polymorph yet.
You should be. I think it's a third, isn't it? Or is it a fourth? It might be fourth.
It's a 4th.
Well, I'm not strong enough either then. So.
I do another heal something. 9 more points. So I can only roll 9s apparently.
Yeah, could be worse.
Alright. I guess I'll go pick up Bob and go swing at it.
Okay. Right. So give me an attack roll with Bob. Okay. So walk in, Bob in hand. And you raise your mighty Bob and swing it down upon the pedestal. And it glances off as there's another flash of light in the center of the room.
God
Make a
damn
dex
it.
save.
You have inspiration.
Oh wait, I have that inspiration
Yeah.
from Fib.
Yeah, I might want to use that.
Okay, I'll use that.
Okay, so no matter what you roll, you succeed on the dex save and are able to just barely dodge out of the way of this ray that comes shooting out of the flail snail statue.
Now, is it just one ray that comes out?
They actually kind of spray out in all directions, but just, conveniently, they're compact enough that they hit everybody in the room who doesn't successfully dodge.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Alright. Somebody else can come up with an idea. I tried.
I mean, how far did he get on the thing, the pedestal?
Not that far.
Do we want to just wait and come back to this one?
I mean, we still haven't tried different key combinations that Exako was going to do.
Yeah,
so-
we can do that.
Yeah, I think that one's best.
If she's still
Best
willing
idea
to
left.
do that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean Azaka's fine going in and trying the, I don't know, like 2 more that would kind of make the most sense width-wise.
Okay.
So, let's see.
Watch. You
Tries.
damage the pedestal.
Oh
Just
god,
nothing.
he broke the lock.
Yep.
Okay, so she tries 1 combination and statue lights up again. see if she gets hit.
Dodge it.
She gets hit.
Of course she does.
I'll mark that down. All right, a little bit of smoke rising up from singed patches of fur. Try the other one. And she does that. Sticks the combination of keys into the lock. Tries to give it a twist. Nothing happens. Statue lights up. And she can't roll dex save to save her life today. So she gets hit again. Yeah, you've watched Azaka take a total of 72 points of radiant damage.
Dear Lord.
She comes out looking a bit worse for wear. She just hands you the combination of keys back. Says, we need a better plan.
Yeah.
Oh, at least he was 13.
I can go try another one.
Well, is there? What are we missing?
I don't know. What are you missing?
Yeah,
Maybe.
what are we missing?
Perhaps you should contrast all of the options available to you.
We put the shadow of the keys into the keyhole.
I mean, I was thinking outside the box by just breaking the fucking pedestal.
Well, contrast is a strange word.
We're not comparing them, we are contrasting them.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what's
I said-
different about them?
Well, I mean, I guess in broadest terms, they are different shapes that fit together pretty snugly, pretty intentionally, as it would seem. They are all well, I mean, each of them has a different kind of composition of the teeth and the grooves. And these keys, like, kind of looking at them from this vantage point, one at a time and trying to find differences, I suppose it would kind of dawn on you that, well, yeah, none of these are really functional keys by themselves. They make up, like, different lengths, mostly, of this Franken key that you cobbled together.
Is there a piece missing? Like, does it look like we're missing something?
Well, I guess one difference you might notice looking at all the pieces available to you is that while the keys from inside the shrine all look partial, the ones outside from the outbuilding look more complete.
Is there a key from the outbuilding that looks like the composition of the Franken key of inside the building?
Why, yes. Yes, there is.
Okay.
I will go in and try that key.
I will stay outside.
Just nope.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so you walk in. Similar key to the Franken key, but slightly thinner in such a way that it fits perfectly into the keyhole. Put it in, You
I'm
give it
really confused. I thought it would be like a seventh of the size of the hole.
well, this key it's bigger than the in the shrine keys, but it's a little smaller than yeah. I never said that the keys in the shrine and in the outbuilding were the same size.
Yeah, you said the ones in the outbuilding were smaller.
I don't believe I said that. Can anybody? Anyway, you do the thing. You turn the key. It moves,
And the
and
building
as you
blows
turn
up.
it, you turn it a quarter turn, and you hear a click, and you hear scraping of stone against stone as the top of the pedestal kind of spirals upward and reveals a chamber inside, a little containment area, in the middle of which sits a cube.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the morphing cube.
I pick up the cube.
Cool. You have a cube.
Woo!
Okay, we all have to touch it, and then we have the power to morph.
Okay.
Is it blue?
Successfully bring the cube out, and we can store it with the rest of our cubes. Well, we should probably separate who has cube, but we have another cube.
All right.
Cool. So, yeah. 5 cubes.
Woo.
Right. So let's pull back to the Omu map for a moment. And let me mark this stuff up for you. First of all, label that. Then also, do- copy and paste this one, except it's not Ijin, it is Unk. Alright.
And we take a short rest. These hit dice.
Okay, so you just kind of want to do that here at Unk's place, or what is plan?
I mean,
Seems
figure
safe
we can-
enough.
yeah.
Okay.
I vote for a short rest. So,
Okay, but you have to use my Song of Rest.
I can do that.
No, you have to.
Is it a
Mhm.
D? What's it?
I think it's a. Well, I may say it's a D8. I think it's a D6.
Maybe. I roll.
Hey, that's exactly what I needed.
Yay!
I literally rolled 1 under. So.
All right. So, yeah, y'all get your short rest in.
While we're short resting, I got Stratos out scouting.
And you rolled for Azaka.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, you send Stratos out. So
Here first.
there is. All right, yeah, I send him over there. You don't see any iconography that would suggest that that is a shrine.
Okay.
No, like Chilton animals carved on the outsides of the buildings or anything.
Alright. I figured they probably wouldn't put 2 shrines right next to each other like that. So, the next place was, this. Like, just inside the wall.
Okay. So let's see.
And then if that doesn't appear to be, then my other instruction would be to essentially circle the circular wall and kind of just scout the whole area in there for anything interesting.
Okay. So give me a perception or wisdom check for Stratos.
Gotta open my character sheet back up. 18.
18.
Hot damn.
All right. So, yeah, you send Stratos over the wall after the first place kind of turns out to be nothing. And investigating the area, like just inside the wall that you'd pinged, kind of closest to where the party currently is, Stratos uncovers what appears to be a very intentionally covered, rough-hewn passage descending into the earth.
Very near to that area?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to kind of give you a little tag here to work off. Say, like, right there-ish.
20B. Alright. Cool. So I will relay that information. Did it look at all like it was... Was it intentionally being covered up, though? Or was it just kind of like a pathway off... Kind of off the beaten path?
Yes.
So both?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that'll definitely be something we'll want to check out then, probably. That could lead into a shrine. I didn't see any, like, cookie-cutter shrines otherwise, though, right?
Searching around inside the wall here, you do not see any shrines. So I'll say, like, basically, like, I don't know, this quarter of the pie or something.
Okay.
You'd be able to cover in that time, and you wouldn't have seen any shrines in there.
Okay, cool. So, I guess as the short rest is ending, I will relay that information and say, well, we can investigate that tunnel if you want, but I did not see any shrines. That's also not to say that there isn't anything over there, but nothing that I saw, at least.
Do we start walking towards that last one that we know of?
Well, what, this one?
Yeah.
That one we
Yeah.
can't cross yet. I don't have the spells to get us there and back. I don't think.
We don't necessarily have to come back today.
Do you really want to sleep on an island surrounded by lava?
Let's just, I guess, explore the tunnel.
Yeah, I think we should explore the tunnel. Stay on this side of the lava for now, and then...
At least when we're walking by over there, I want to I'd like to go over and look at the cliff edge and see if there's anything.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check.
It looks if we climb down and climb back up, we won't hit the lava.
Or if you just jump, you might make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only, what would we say, 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No problem.
It's fine. But yeah, with your perception check, you notice that, yeah, there's some not so steady ground right along the edge of this this cliff. Probably not the safest place to be hanging out, for being honest.
Sounds good. I'll step back a ways.
Okay. So, yeah, that's a thing you do. All right. So, is the plan then for you guys to just head into the wall and maybe scope out that tunnel.
Assuming nothing assaults us up until that point, I would say so.
Okay. So
Can you have Stratus check out this building?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I will make a note of that marking of that little building there, too. Just
It has a
anything
domed
that,
roof.
yeah, anything that anybody asks me to check out, I make a note of on my little map.
mm-hmm.
I'd be more interested in the walled one right next to it. With the
Well,
golden
we're
roof.
gonna walk right by that. We
I
can
know.
just check that out.
This is true.
So yeah, we'll take a slight detour and check that house out. Then.
All right. So yeah, you continue on along the stretch of road that runs in front of Unk's shrine. Sticking to this, it's a relatively smooth sailing. Get down here, and you're walking once again on the ground, and yeah, looking around this little cluster of buildings, you would pretty readily notice that, yeah, the building with the gold roof. Yeah, so I guess I'll just describe it as Stratos or the party, whoever approaches it first, lays eyes upon this place. You see a pair of needle-like columns that mark the entrance to a walled ruin. In the courtyard beyond, roots envelop a squat building. The stone doors that seal the entrance are carved with images of, and I will translate this last bit, half-naked koalas with nasty claws.
Gosh.
Yay!
Not this place.
I love naked koalas.
I
So,
do not.
Just to clarify too, from what we fought of them, these things drop down from above, right? Like these guys just kind of dive
what
bomb.
they did last time. Yeah, they were up in the
They live in
trees,
trees.
and they
Drop
just
bears.
just drop down on you, and they're like, "I'm gonna eat all your magic stuff." Nom nom nom. That is the battle plan.
Gotcha. So I guess as we're walking up to that building, then I'm gonna be looking up in the any trees, making sure there's none of these little fucking half-naked koalas.
I love his frickin' belly. Look at him, he doesn't give a shit about anything.
Well, no, he's just he's a fucking Zorbo.
Yeah, it's like a drop bear.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so yeah, you approach and you look, keeping an eye trained upward. Let's see here. So yeah, you look around and make a perception check. Okay.
I'm also looking around for those things. I don't want eating my armor.
Yeah, I am doing the same. Because,
We're like, no, fuck these things.
yeah. I don't like them.
Okay, so let's see here. All right, so as the party makes their approach, most of you don't see anything. Cyrene, however, you just notice, kind of situated up underneath the area where the roof kind of like overhangs the shrine itself. You do see like a little patch of fur peeking out from beneath.
I stare at it. Is it a Zorbo?
Could be.
I yell at it and ask it if it's a Zorbo.
Do they speak common?
See, now I need to know what kind of accent a Zorbo has, because I'm sure it's great. Just angry New Yorker Zorbo.
Australian.
Angry New Yorker. Give him a Wisconsin or a Minnesota accent.
Yeah,
Careful.
you yell.
Well,
Ah.
no, like the Wisconsin accents.
Yeah, that is definitely not at all similar. Anyway,
It's still funny.
you yell up at the patch of fur that is protruding from under the roof, and yeah, you do see this little like a little bit of movement as one of these furry creatures like pokes its head out and just looks at you like, "What the fuck do you want?"
Oh, that's rude.
Okay.
It's going to eat me.
I mean, if you leave it all your magical things, it probably won't eat you. That's a small sacrifice to make.
Yeah.
It dodges and scrabbles up under the roof.
There are Zorb.
Alright, who wants to go deal with these stupid things? Not me.
Is this a job for one person or?
You said it goes up onto, like, it climbs on top of the roof?
So there's like a little gap. Picture it's hanging from the area where the roof like overhangs the building. And then it like pulled itself up and in somewhere. So maybe there's like some kind of crawl space situation, or maybe it just really tucked itself up in there to the point that you can't see it anymore.
Gotcha. I'm not gonna do anything. I was thinking about it, but well, let's. There's a door on this building, right?
There is, and above the door there is a message in Old Amuan.
All right. Well, I think I will take the 10 minutes to comprehend it.
I keep an eye out for Zorbo.
Same.
Okay. So, those of you keeping an eye out for Zorbos, make a perception check.
God.
Oh, thank God.
Like
Thor.
how everybody makes a check. Were it not for Thorv,
Yeah.
the party would be sorely disappointed. Anyway.
Oh. Fib tried to pay attention, but her centipedes are acting up, and it was very difficult to focus.
Boy.
So,
Train my cat that those are bad too.
My centipedes?
No, not the centipedes, the
Oh,
Zorbos.
The Zorbos.
yeah.
yeah, Thorv, as you're keeping watch while Lucius ritualistically casts, you do see another furry head kind of poke its head out from under the whatever is going on with the roof, and just looks at you.
I'll glare back at it. Shake my fist.
Okay. It just stares at you, and it's not giving a fuck kind of way. And then, yeah, eventually it like creeps back up under the roof, and Lucius finishes casting. At which point, he looks up and can easily tell that above the door is written, "Obalaka teaches us to tread warily and stay in the light."
And stay in the light?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I will repeat this to the rest of the group.
Can we open the doors?
Yeah, who wants to walk up and try and get to the doors?
Thorv loves to do it.
Nope, I like my armor. I'm staying away from these things.
I vote Asaka, who does not have magical armor, opens the doors.
She looks at Sirenny and says, "Oh, so now I'm just the."
I didn't say that as Sirenny. I said that
Oh,
as Becca.
okay. Well, how does Sirenny voice Becca's opinion, or does she?
She does not.
Oh, okay.
Does anybody here not have armor?
I mean,
Did these things eat?
Don't they eat any magic thing?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, I'm
Like,
not
I
thinking
have
about my
other
armor.
magic things that I don't want them to eat.
I mean, so does Azaka. So
Where's that one guy?
He died?
Bag of nails.
bag of
Oh.
nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything magical on him.
I mean, I could
Did these
always
things
do
scare
an
you?
unseen servant.
Yeah, do that guy.
Sorbo just drops down and eats the servant.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Rather than sending Bag of Nails in, let's just unseen servant, and I will send it over to open the door.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's magical.
That's fine.
Well, then we know if Zorbos will drop down and eat it.
Yeah. I'm just springing the trap. I really don't care about this little unseen servant.
So I'm
Feed them
just
somewhere else.
I'm picturing the alternate timeline where the unseen servant goes up and Azorbo actually does like drop down on him and just devour him, and then just like plops his little half naked ass down in front of the door and scratches his belly while he stares at you.
I kind of want that to happen now.
So yeah, you are casting unseen servant. You send the servant forward, and all right. Servant walks up and pushes open the doors to the shrine, which make this ungodly screeching sound, like they really, really need to be oiled. It's like the metal hinges just kind of. But the door's open. The unseen servant is not drop bared. And inside, you can see the walls of a dark corridor covered in painted reliefs showing Omuan people hunting, harvesting fruit, planting crops, crafting weapons, feasting, fighting, weaving, and skinning animals. Many very specific activities. As you kind of peer in, you notice that there are a pair of torch brackets like across from each other on the wall. And I'm actually going to bring you all over to a map of this particular shrine once I drag you from the little box that is the other shrine that you were just at. Okay. So we are at Obalakas. Okay. So moving you over now. You are on the bottom right. And I will open the door as the unseen servant has just done.
I like how Fib's upside down and Grandma just kind of laying there.
Yeah, well. Alright. So the doors are open.
Fib's only halfway upside down.
Yeah.
That's true.
I also like how it just grabbed the little line drawing too.
Yeah.
I moved everybody over. You alright, Becca?
Yeah, I dropped my ball that I was making into the bag.
The horror.
Rip.
So yeah, there's a shrine. Inside, the walls are painted. There are not burning torches, or well, there are just torch brackets along the hallway that kind of winds around the south side and then turns along the eastern side of the building. How would you like to proceed?
Are there torches in the torch brackets?
There are not torches.
I take 2 of my torches and I light them and place them in the torch.
Okay. You do that. And yeah, there are torches and they light the area.
I remain in the light.
Cool. So, just for perspective then, Tyranny, you are here.
Okay. Do I see anything suspicious? Like Sorbo?
Make a perception check.
Oh my goodness. If I can roll above a 10 for perception.
These things were in the book, weren't they? They were
Zorbos?
Yeah, or were they not?
I don't think they are, but I will verify. I think they're just a Chilton thing.
Okay, I couldn't remember whether they were in the whatever.
Volos?
Yeah.
I don't believe they are.
The last time we encountered these guys was at night, correct? Or no?
Not sure.
Okay. I was trying to think of whether they were nocturnal or not, because that would be the stay in the light thing, as if they were nocturnal. But, alright. Well, that kills that idea. Well, I guess I will follow Cyrenny so she is not alone.
Alright. So in goes Lucius, right behind Cyrenny there. You are in a hallway. It is lit by the 2 torches that Cyrenny put in the torch brackets. You see paintings of Omuans doing things.
My unseen servant has not gone away yet, has it?
No.
I'm going to send him down the path, just continuing. I'm going to have him press on every single square on the left-hand side of the hallway and just test.
On the floor?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you send them down the hall. You want to keep going all the way around the corner and to whatever end he reaches?
Yep, keep going until he either dies or hits a dead end and then come back.
Okay. Do you have any sort of communication? Like, can it talk to you? Let's see.
No, I don't believe so.
You might want to keep it within our sight so we can see how he dies.
But it's an unseen servant.
Oh.
I mean, you'd probably see if it got like lit on fire or something, but
yeah.
Okay. Servant goes off.
Or if it activates a trap, we could see the trap.
Oh, it's got to
Also
stay within
fair.
60 feet of me. So.
Okay. That's feasible.
Yeah.
I don't think it would go. Yeah, it wouldn't go that far. So around the corner, following the left wall,
Plus, if it dies, I would know it died. Like, I would just lose concentration on it. Or the spell would just fade.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
but I want to see how it dies.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I've got another one.
All right. So goes down the hall. You eventually hear the opening of a door, and then you hear a splash.
Is it still alive?
Yeah, is my unseen servant still there?
Yep.
Alright, I will mentally command it to bring a little bit of whatever splashed back. So essentially it's just like dip your hand in whatever it is and come back so I can see what it is.
Okay. Cool. So
pee.
Yeah, bring me a little splash of the pee back.
All right. Yeah. So after not too long, you see a cupped shape of what looks like water just drifting down the hallway.
Does it look like it has throat leeches?
Negative.
Alright, so this is conjured water, it appears. Or at least summoned water of some sort, because it's not...
Or water just completely isolated from water sources.
Yes. I'll relay that with the group, and I'm also gonna kind of walk over here and kind of walk by Fib, who's kind of walking around on her head or something. And I'll poke my head out.
I'm doing handstands.
Yeah, Fib's doing handstands. I'll poke my head out and say, "You guys want to come in here, or you guys staying out here?"
I guess I'll walk into the door,
All right.
keeping an eye out for Zorbos everywhere.
All right. Well, if anybody wants to keep an eye out for Zorbos, feel free to make a perception check.
Fib really wants to keep an eye out for Zorbos.
I don't want them to take my pipes or my dagger.
So Fib and Groyalmod, as you are, you make use of your unique perspectives currently, and as you enter, you notice that while there are no Zorbos around, waiting to ambush you, there is, in fact, what looks like a concealed door.
Oh.
Yeah. It would have been just to your left as you walked into the building.
Oh, like way back here?
Should try to open that door.
Feb is just like, don't you think we should open this door first?
Oh, there's a...
That's what I'm saying. I'm over there.
Yeah.
You didn't see the door!
So I will call back...
Fine. You walked back here for no reason.
And I said, don't you think we should open this door?
I will call back my unseen servant, Philip, and I will have him open the door.
Why is his name Philip?
I don't know.
I'll go back outside.
Because Theodore died.
Okay. So yeah, Philip comes back, and I mean, there's like no obvious handle to this door. It's just like you can see a seam that suggests that there's a way to open this.
Oh, gosh. He's not... So, the thing with my unseen servant, he's invisible, mindless, and shapeless. Can I send him to the other side of the door and have him just open it from that side? Is that a thing I can do?
Let's see.
Or even...
Invisible, mindless, shapeless. Yeah, okay.
Even to that point, if I just recast it, can I cast it on the other side of the door? Because it's just a space on the ground within range.
That could be feasible.
Okay. So yeah, if nobody else has any better ideas, I'll just plop down right in front of the door, ritualistically cast again. Unseen servant,
Okay.
other side of the door, and I will tell him to
Alright.
open it.
Okay. So, like an apartment in a bad neighborhood, you hear a series of locks
Yes.
coming undone on the opposite side of this door.
So it's like visiting your mom.
I knew. Like her little latch on the basement door that does absolutely nothing and is almost falling out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you hear like the deadbolt and then the normal lock and like the chain and then another deadbolt and
then a bar.
then, like right, yeah, there's like a thump as the bar that's propping the door closed gets pulled out. And then there's like the whine of wood as another like wooden bar that's across the door just slides up.
Jeez.
Then you hear like the turning of a dial as there's like a combination. No. Anyway, eventually,
Your
after a
doorbell.
shit ton of locks are undone, and the key code is entered properly, followed by the pound sign. The door lurches forward, and yeah, swings open, and you see on the other side a hallway.
With no light.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me try and grab this dynamic lighting thing that seems to be eluding me for the time being. Okay. So, you see a secret passage choked with dust and webs. It is clear that no one has been through here in years.
And not a Zorbo. Okay.
Well, I guess we should stay out then if they don't want anyone in here.
I light a torch and think we should go ahead into it.
I'm with you.
If
I'll
no
follow
one's
right
in there,
behind.
then Zorbos are not in there either.
Wait, I'm gonna check for Zor.
Before we go in, I'm sending Philip to press every single tile on the right side this time.
Alright. Philip proceeds. And yeah, you just see. I think this is the most you've actually seen of an unseen servant as he just like collects spider webs over his frame.
That's fine. That was the other reason for sending him. Is let him be the fucking spiderweb magnet.
So you just see like this ghost drifting down the hallway, draped in spider webs. Goes around the corner, comes back, looking very spoopy.
Okay. So nothing attacked him though.
I
so
love
that's
him.
good. So I'll say stick to the right, and we should be okay.
I want to collect the spider webs, so I'll stick to the right.
Okay. So yeah, you press on.
I do have a lit torch.
Okay.
Can you light up all the spider webs on fire?
Yes. Theoretically.
As you reach over and light something, and it ends up being Philip.
Don't light Philip on fire! We need him. My cheese is old.
Okay. So yeah. Forward you go through the hallway and the spider webs, and eventually you're around the corner, and you find what looks like another secret door, except this one is not secure as an apartment in the hood.
Okay.
Can we open it?
Yeah.
Is it the
Can I
store
check
that
the
Thor's
trap?
next to?
No, that's just like a little alcove.
Okay.
There's nothing in it.
Nope.
Go sit in it to make sure.
Can I check for before I open the door?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Ah, there we go.
You look around and you find a spider Zorbo above your head. Ah, no,
Ah!
just kidding.
No.
It doesn't seem trapped.
Okay. I will ask Philip to open the door.
Philip
Okay.
just kind of stands there. I will
Yeah.
turn and ask Philip, and then he will go ahead and open the door.
Okay. So he just like ghost floats his way toward the door and opens it, revealing a room inside of which is a pool of water. Peering in, you notice that there aren't any torches or light sources around here either. And carved on the ceiling is a depiction of a full moon situated directly above the pool. The walls, much like the walls of the long hallway back by the entrance, are decorated with reliefs of Omuan people carrying out daily chores.
What's in the pool?
Water.
Yeah,
You-
but I look in. There has to be
You-
something else.
You look into the pool and you do see water, first of all. But looking so okay, you're looking at this pool that's under the moon carving. But when you look at the water, you don't see a moon, rather a sun.
Like the reflections of sun?
Maybe.
I put my finger in the water.
Okay. You put your finger in the water, and so like the point where your finger is breaking the surface feels wet, but then under the water feels dry.
Ooh. I don't know what we could do with that though.
Mm,
Hey, why don't you throw your creature in here and see what happens?
Alright,
Yes, Grandma!
Oh, alright, I summon Groamod and throw him in.
All right, Royal Mod, you splash down through the pool, and you pop out of another pool.
Alright, I'm jumping in too.
What the
I'll follow.
Yep.
Okay, I hop in. I'm too tall for it though,
Okay,
probably.
so just for clarity, let's underscore something here. You just watched your friend jump through a mysterious pool of water and entirely disappear through it, and you have not heard back from him, and you're just like, sounds good.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we're gonna die in one way or another. Might as well. have some
Everyone
fun.
was jumping in. It was peer pressure.
God,
I was not
I
jumping
feel like
in.
I'm watching that episode of Critical Role I was bitching to you about the other
You
day,
know,
Taylor.
I was going to summon Stratos and send him through, but Groyomod beat me to it, so fuck it.
We can't just leave Groyomod to die.
No, I mean, he's the Dragon Slayer.
Cyrdane's gonna leave us to die, I guess.
We can all go die with him.
All your friends have disappeared into
Even
the mouth. I mean, into a pool.
You
know
know
what? It is not good
if she
now.
takes
And
longer than a...
dragon bait.
I was gonna say, she takes
Dragon
longer-
bait's not here.
No, sorry, bag of nails.
Bag o' nails.
If she takes
Bag
longer than a
of nails.
minute, I'm gonna poke my head back through, or attempt to, and say, what's taking you so long?
So I did send Eric a thing that I'm doing like immediately.
Oh no.
So Groma just thinks this is going to tell everyone that it's safe to come through.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, I did miss that. So, Gromod, after he disappears through the pool. There's like just maybe a second or two as he, prepares to do the thing, and then suddenly, whoop, an egg appears from the pool.
What? Did Grandma lay an egg?
Grandma must be.
Grandma turn into an egg.
Egg.
Mystery.
Grandma had the Velociraptor egg. That's why they've been chasing it.
That still did not change anything. I was about to throw Stratos in, and I just like, fuck it, and I jumped in.
So wait, is the egg in our fountain or is it in Becca's?
At this point, I imagine it's just kind of bobbing up and down in each one.
Yeah, it's absolutely doing a portal right now, where it's just. Whoop, whoop,
I
whoop.
pick it up. Like, where's Grandma right now?
Okay, so if you went through, he's in the same room as you.
Okay, I picked the egg up because I don't know where it came from.
Just for fun, I'm gonna pull out 2 adamantine ingots and throw them in the portal.
Okay.
I want to see if this is. I want to see if this works with anything.
Does Lucius' head pop back?
Yeah, I would have
when I
done
don't
that
put
too.
it back in?
Yeah.
I'm asking, does it actually go through?
Yes, it does.
Okay, then I will walk in.
Okay. So you do that. And you're here now.
Okay.
It took you long enough.
And what specifically is here?
Same room, except on the ceiling is the sun.
Okay.
And in the pond is the moon. Why can't I think of what this is called? A fountain? Is it a fountain?
It's a pool.
Like
it's
a
like a wading
pool?
pool.
Right.
Like a kiddie pool.
Oh,
That's what I'm
kitty.
thinking.
I picked
Well.
the egg up.
I was just
Okay.
telling you what egg it was.
I listened close to it and I'm like, where the hell did this come from?
Are there doorways in this place?
There is. Lucius is leaning up against one at the
Yeah.
moment.
Someone from the outside opens it and
I
he falls
can-
over.
I can see through the wall here,
It's because you're magical.
which is kind of
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, well, that's not supposed to be a thing.
Yeah. Is this the hidden door, or is it the just Dungeon Depot?
So, I guess
Oh.
to clarify,
Do I need to relight my torch?
you do.
I
It is
relight
dark.
my torch.
Yeah.
I check on my centipedes.
They are damp but fine.
Okay.
They're moist.
That's a word you could use.
They're what? Moist?
Yes.
Moist. Yeah.
My moist centipedes. They're beads of water just falling off their exoskeleton.
Yes.
So there doesn't seem to be a secret door in this room. There is just this door right here,
Just
which
an obvious door.
which in retrospect looks kind of familiar.
How so? Oh, was this the one at the end of the hall?
Yeah.
So that's already open then, right? the servant
Yes,
camp?
because the servant. Yep. Do. Yep.
So we'd see out of nowhere over there.
Yeah, so kind of flickering light of the 2 torches that are down around the corner here. And then a dark reach of hallway here with
What?
more torch brackets.
Is that what those things on the sides are?
Yes.
Okay. And no
More
torches, right?
torches.
No torches, just torch bracket.
Alright.
I place more torches in the torch.
I will aid her in that.
Okay, so like all
Same.
told, that is 6 torches in this straight area, and then 2 in the first one. So yeah,
9 torches.
including the one you're holding, yes. All right. So, as a reminder, there was another door in the other pool room.
Yes. But the riddle specifically says to stay in the light, and we are in the light room right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
This is true.
Back through the pool, and there's no other doors in here.
Sure.
The hallway doesn't go anywhere?
I think it goes
The
out.
hallway goes back to the entrance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna just very quickly stick my head back through. Did anything
Mhm.
change with us lighting the torches on this hallway?
So
Like
as
if
you peek into the moon room, you look around and nothing seems to be different.
Okay. Standing here looking in, does it look like I'm looking at... You know, actually, I'm gonna tell Grailmod to stand here and look in the water, and I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna stand basically opposite of him, and I'm gonna look through and wave and see if he can see me.
Yes, you can see one another.
Okay. So it's just a direct... You can directly see back and forth.
Yep, just it's a portal basically.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta go back and go through that secret room, then. So, I'll pop back through. I'll say, well, it doesn't look like there's any difference here.
Oh,
We'll-
sorry. You're there
no,
now.
you're good. I wanted to be...
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna direct everybody to go back to the room we originally started in. Which
So
is...
the first pool room,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And I'll just say it doesn't appear to be any changes or anything different, so we might as well go through that one door.
All right. What's the plan?
Philip, open this door.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything untoward about this door.
I'm also not going to stand in the direct line of this door. So,
Of course not. Alright. So, yeah. Philip walks over. And, let's- yeah, so Philip opens the door. Nothing happens.
okay.
And beyond, you see the flicker of firelight against the walls of what looks like another little stretch of hallway. And peering through, you do see another room kind of central to the building. There is what looks like some sort of floor mosaic going on in this room. Difficult to make out the details from here. But in the middle of the room-ish, there is a waist-high pedestal, atop which rests a stone cube. One thing that I don't think you guys... Well, one thing that Taylor, you would not have seen as you were peeking through the wall, because for some reason it's set to GM layer, is there is also a robed figure standing next to said pedestal. The figure is bald and has one hand on the cube. It takes you a second to realize that this figure is a statue.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I'll walk into the room.
Why do you say it like
I'm
that?
gonna
Like,
grab-
oh, I wish we had to fight something.
I'm gonna grab Thorv before he walks in the room, and I'll say, we don't want to go in quite yet, because we may trigger that thing. Let's see what we're playing with here first. And I'll send Philip in, and I'm just gonna have Philip walk straight up to the fucking cube and punch it. Just, I want to knock it right off that fucking pedestal. And I'm holding everybody back, waiting to slam that door in case something bad happens, but...
Alright. Cool. So, you send Philip out, walks over, and you see like the faintest disturbance on the cube before there is a flash of arcane energy, and then you see just briefly the still spiderweb covered form, though kind of wet now, of Philip like outlined before crumbling to dust.
Yep. That's about what I expected. And so yeah, let's be careful.
Did he manage to punch the cube, or was it like when he was approaching the cube?
It's like the second contact was made.
Was the cube still on the pedestal then? Because
Yeah, so I guess to be very, very specific, the fraction of a millisecond at which contact was first made, all of Philip's movement was stopped, and he basically was turned to stone and then crumbled away.
Oh. I was about to be really excited that we had a Philip statue.
I will look to Groyalmod and I'll say, well, that wasn't enough force. You want to try maybe shooting that? See if we can knock it off the pedestal? See what happens?
Alright, Groyalmod's gonna walk into the room and line up a shot.
Okay.
I'll walk in too.
Okay.
Wait, how far are you guys walking in? Did it... The... Whatever happened, it only happened to Philip, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll cautiously walk in and keep my back to the wall here.
Okay.
Alright, should I roll the hit then?
I mean, I would say even if you miss, like, you could just line up another shot and there wouldn't be any, like, immediate repercussions. So, yeah, eventually you go in, you line up your shot, you hit the puzzle cube, and, yeah, I think the puzzle cube tumbles off of the pedestal.
No reaction?
Nope.
Alright, well, I'll say, alright, that's not as I expected. Does everybody want to go back out and I'll have Philip pick it up and bring it to us? Oh, sorry, Philip's dead. I'll have Herbert pick it up and bring it to us.
You need to respect your dad.
Disappointed!
If not, somebody else can just go over there and pick it up if they want. But
I mean, yeah, we can wait.
Groyalmod picks it up.
Okay, make a con save. Okay. Yeah, you pick up the cube, and you have it in your possession. You did feel like a weird little magical tingle, but yeah, you're fine.
okay, well, let's...
Is it the right puzzle cube?
I think it's the left.
Okay.
Oh, we need the right one.
Groma, make a con save. Okay. Well, you get that same, like, tingly thing again.
Can I shine a light on it?
I mean, you don't know what's going on.
I offer it to Lucius.
All right, I'll take it.
It feels funny. But here you go.
Well, as soon as he says that, and like I have my hand out, even if he goes to drop it, I move my hand. I'm not touching that thing. As soon as he says something's funny
now
with
can
it,
I shine a light on it?
yeah, I will wait.
So where's the cube?
On the ground.
I still have it. No,
Oh,
I don't release it. I just like hand it. When you don't when you don't take hold of it, I just like, okay, I guess.
Gromod, make a con save. Gromod turns to stone.
Oh my god.
Huh. Okay. Well,
I pick up Gromod and start dragging him out if he still has this
Oh god.
I will say before we do anything, let's get Gromod and this cube out.
I could put a curse on him.
Can I do two things?
Sure.
Maybe?
Can I shine a light on the cube?
Yes, you can shine a light on the cube.
Does it look weird?
It looks like a puzzle cube.
Okay. Can I don't know, try casting Lesser Restoration on your oil mod and see if he
No, leave him as stone so we can get out of this place.
Yeah,
Unstone.
that's why I said let's wait.
Yeah, he can carry it out.
Yeah.
I mean, are you casting or no?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. On the bright side, he's the smallest, so...
The other statue, does it look like it's human? Or human?
Yes. Yeah, it looks like a human.
Alright, well, I'll help Thorv get Gromod out, and then I'll grab Thorv. I'll say, help me grab this other guy, bring him out too.
Yeah. I'll make sure not to touch that cube when I'm dragging Gromod along.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you do that. Sorry, it sounded like somebody was going to say something and then I spoke. No? Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you drag statue Gromod out of the building, cube still in his stone hand, and, yeah, then, I mean, whoever, I guess, can go back for the figure that was standing in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
I'll help with that.
Okay. Yeah, you're relatively easily able to get this guy out of here too. And you notice that, yeah, definitely looks like a mage type. So I think the, excuse me. Okay, maybe I'm sneezing, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Rip.
I guess not for now. So the person's petrified. His robes are petrified. Basically everything on him except for a metal rod clutched in his hand.
All right, I will say don't touch that either. But I have some studying
Ben
to do.
stops
Yeah.
stops reaching to grab it.
Yeah, I'll say don't touch that. That's magical, but something. We don't know what it is yet.
Tis a magical something.
Yeah. Once we get everything outside of the temple, I will use Stratos to touch the cube and cast Identify.
Okay. Yeah. It's a puzzle cube.
There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, this is rather convenient though, because we have someone holding it and we don't have to risk anyone else.
Alright, next cast Identify on the rod.
Well, you see, what you have here is an item known as an immovable rod.
Okay.
Liar! How did we move it then?
So, And I would know how it works and everything with identify.
Yeah, there's like a button on the end. You just kind of click it like the top of a pen, and it just sticks wherever it is.
All right, that's kind of cool, and I'll show everybody what it does and how it works. And...
It is still being clutched in the stone hands of this statue person.
Well, I know that, but I assume I can just click it while the statue's holding it, and I'll tell somebody to try to move the statue, and you can't move it.
Oh, that's exactly what I was gonna do. I was
Do
gonna
we
click
break
it
the
and then try to
statue?
knock the statue over.
So I'll click it again, and I'll say, well, we'll have to do something to get these guys. Well, at least get Gromod free for sure. But
I mean, I guess if you really need us to.
well, I don't really think we should just leave him here.
Well, I was just thinking maybe we could wait till, how are we gonna carry the cube around?
I mean, we have bags.
I'm not carrying Gromod all over the place.
And I wonder if bringing it outside may have helped. I don't know. Once we fix Gromod, we can have him test it.
Alright, fine. Fib walks over to Groilmod and pulls out a little charm and casts Greater Restoration on.
Hey, yeah, that's a thing.
And she looks at it regretfully because it gets all used up. Now it can't do anything.
Yeah.
It
So-
disappears right from her hands. The great sacrifice she's made for Groilmod. Sorry, Nico.
So, I would say as soon as that happens, I'm gonna just try to knock the cube out of his hand. I do not. As soon as he starts becoming normal, cube's out of his hand.
Okay, so Gromod, you suddenly wake up outside with somebody high-fiving you, and yeah, the cube tumbles to the ground and sits there menacingly.
And I'm gonna grab Gromod and I'll say, "Don't touch it."
Grandma just goes like, my throat feels gravelly, but I just got a high five. Did I do something cool?
You did. You did a great job of showing us exactly what this cube does. I don't think we should touch it right now, though.
You did a very good job
Pick it
carrying
up
it up.
with a cloth, like
Mhm.
not skin to skin contact. I'm asking if Lucius would like to get his unseen servant to pick it up with the cloth.
My unseen servant is dead.
Can you ritually cast another one?
I think she would like you to summon Herbert, is the thing.
Ah, yes. Okay, yeah, I can bring Herbert out. So, yeah, I will ritualistically cast Summon Herbert. And I will... I will have Herbert pick it up. And let's see if an unseen servant can turn to stone.
Well, I want him to pick it up with a cloth.
Well, that's fine. I will have him pick it up with a cloth.
Okay.
With a cloth. Oh, cloth.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, you hand Herbert a cloth, which drapes over the cube and kind of bundles it up. And just floats there.
And he's good to just hold it?
Either that or he's making con saves.
I will tell him to hold it. And just have him keep holding it, and...
Alright.
And, like, maybe, I would say after a minute, I'll tell him to move it, move over there. And just point in a direction.
Making sure he's not both invisible and petrified.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, Herbert stands there. Gromod walks over to take the cube.
I will telepathically tell him not to give it to him. If that's
Okay.
So who's stronger, Herbert or?
Well, no, I
Gromod?
mean, I'm
Definitely Gromod.
Just... Yeah, because Herbert has...
I think this is not only a battle of strength, but wills, and also still Gromod.
Yeah, probably.
He's just holding it above your head.
Yeah, basically, that's kind of the whole... my whole thought process is just hold it straight up.
I mean, I will say if Gromod would like to grab the cube, he can make, I don't know, an athletics check.
He doesn't do a very good job to try and grab it.
Or okay, that is acrobatics though.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and jump and grab at it.
Okay.
This is
alright.
more for fun than him actually trying to get it.
I gotcha. Yeah. So just keep away from a kid kind of situation.
Yeah, you got it. 'Cause with a strength of 2, yeah, no, not happening.
Oh my god. Like 2 total and not a 2 modifier,
No,
right?
a strength of 2. Yeah. So it's
So yeah,
yours.
if Gromod wants the cube, he can have it.
Fib glares at Groyalmon because she just wasted her charm on him. She's
It's
not
wrapped.
Well, I mean, he takes it with the cloth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does he turn into?
It's still dangerous.
He can say if it still tingles or not.
Yeah. Groyalmon. Nothing happens.
It was an in the temple thing, I think.
It's not tingly anymore.
Okay, well, take the cloth off and see if it tingles.
Don't say
Well,
that to Gromod.
Do we? Yeah. Do we have a? About this time, he just turns back to stone. Fuck.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I mean, if you want to, Grandma, go for it. But,
Okay. Gromod pokes the cube. Nothing happens.
okay, so it was in the temple thing.
He just pulls it straight out. He's like, "This is fine now. Whatever."
I just, when he says that, just imagine him just like tossing it over his shoulder. Ugh, don't need this anymore.
I would still keep it wrapped up in the cube. I don't trust what might happen when it's nighttime.
Well, yeah, let's put it away.
Might be a were cube.
It could be.
I think it would have been fun to give to somebody that was trying to mess with us or something.
Shaggle.
And then throw him off a
Is he
cliff.
dead?
No, he's not dead.
Ugh, I always forget if he's dead. I want him to be very badly.
No, you saved him from the sex dungeon, remember?
Ugh.
So
We got
should
another
I
cube.
fix this other person?
I
Well,
mean,
okay.
at,
I'm
You want to
pretty-
waste your resources on?
at the very least, we might be able to get some spells out of him. He looks like a...
If you
cast
could take his spell book.
Greater
Is that a Zorbo?
Restoration.
Yeah.
I cast Greater Restoration on him.
Okay.
I am going to be behind him, out of line of sight immediately. But close enough to counterspell in case something happens.
I'll have my
I'm
sword
close
and
enough
shield
to
up there looking
stab
at
him.
You're just gonna stab him?
If we need to.
Oh,
She is
okay.
close enough to stab him. Is
Okay,
what-
sorry, I misheard that. I thought you said I'm gonna stab him. I'm like, what?
Let's
Oh,
bring it
you're
back
burning
to
a
life so
greater
we can kill
restoration?
him.
Better murder the fuck out of him before he can speak.
Oh, I was still under the influence of the snakes. Oops.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll only let
So-
you use that excuse once.
So, as you cast Greater Restoration on this human statue, the point where you make contact with his frame, you see color begin to re-enter the facets of his body and attire and everything, and you see a wash of red across his robes. And
Does that mean he's part of that one country?
Red
the
Wizards.
Necromancers?
yes, the Red Wizards of Thay.
Gosh darn it.
Are they evil? No.
They're not good.
Really not
They're
great.
not good. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, was
So
that the
you
same
did-
one that we killed and I got the spellbook from?
Same faction, yes.
Okay. Good to know.
So yeah, you see the color return to, well, all of him, and he is a kind of an older man. Let's see. Yeah, older dude, kind of like scruffy beard, confused look on his face as he comes to and like looks around. The rod's still in his hand, and the other one's still kind of outstretched, as though to grab a puzzle cube. And he looks
Oh,
around. He says, "What? Who are you?"
You were petrified by touching a puzzle cube thing. Yeah, I unpetrified you. I guess if you had other people, they're not here anymore.
Looks around and kind of sizes up the party.
I've got a wand noticeably in my hand.
I have a rapier.
Yeah.
My sword is out and pointing at him.
I'm
Groil
very
Mod's
well
chewing on a cube.
So I'm Sirenny. Who are you?
The name's Voj. That would be VOJ for anybody who keeps track of that shit.
Hi, Dodge. Well, why are you out here?
Well, he kind of gestures down at the red robes. I'm with the Red Wizards of Thay, and was here on sort of an excavation. I imagine if you're here, you know what I'm looking for.
Not necessarily.
What did he say his name was?
Vaj.
VOJ.
At this point, I'm thumbing through my spell book, like at the notes section, and
Oh,
I'm gonna message Sirenny and I'm gonna say, I think he's the guy that was on the board when we first walked in, talking to somebody named Eric about searching for the 9 shrines. So could be
So meta.
useful.
I mean, we're here looking to end a curse, so I don't think that's why you're here.
He kind of furrows his brow and says, what do you think you'll find here that'll end a curse?
The person who created it, or I guess the creature.
And what is it that has to do with this ruin you found me in?
Oh, we think he's, you know, the puzzle cubes kind of unlock a thing. We think he's in there.
Right. Well, I'm afraid I'm not entirely versed on this sort of thing. And he looks around and says, so you've been collecting these items?
Well, not all of them.
You know what? I do want to
What?
insight check him on that he's not too well versed in what's going on.
Okay.
I was just trying to find my insight. Fuck. Tough to read.
Well, this seems a little sketchy.
Seems a little sketchy. All right.
Yeah.
Can I incite that he is not looking to kill us all in our sleep and rob us blind of our puzzle cubes?
Give it a shot.
Roll high. That's high.
I mean, something ain't right.
So what are you here looking for?
Well, my academic order just came to Omu seeking relics of magical import. Perhaps some things that we could use to harness a bit more power of the arcane. Pretty standard stuff, really.
What was that relic that was buried, or supposedly buried down there, that we had found out from last session? I don't have that in my notes, but it was a tier or something.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Sorry, that was the one thing I didn't take notes on, and I could
Yeah,
not
no, you're
remember
good.
what it was.
So it's the Eye of Zaltek.
Oh,
And I actually did find a little bit more info on that. So it's a fist-sized ruby.
ooh, that's big.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. And it's a Maztican relic. So a relic from Maztica. And it's a relic of the cult of Zaltek that was actually used with the dagger-like point on the bottom of it in countless ritualistic sacrifices.
All right.
So yeah.
Cool.
Did anything specific that we need to be careful of? Something having?
He says, well, I'm not entirely sure. I'm somewhat new to this assignment. They sent me in to pick up whatever was in the chamber you undoubtedly found me in, and, well, clearly they don't value the newcomers so much.
At this point, I'll chime up from behind, and he feels a wand pressed into the back of his neck, and I'll say, that makes two of us. And in a cool, calm, collected manner, I will say, drop the rod and your spellbook. There's something fishy going on here that you're not telling us. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like you. You don't get a good vibe from you.
Seeing Lucius do this, I'll step forward and put my sword to his throat.
I mean,
Can
yeah.
I also cast Charm Person on him when he does that?
So here's the thing. Yeah, you do that, and like we see people walking up with weapons, and
If he tries anything funny, I'm counterspelling.
I mean, he's trying something. He's definitely gonna try something. But you guys are like kind of ready for it.
Yeah.
So let's do like an initiative roll and all that stuff. I'll just kind of like round up all the tokens and roll for everybody, including our NPCs. I'll get them close enough I can at least select them and get this stuff going.
Yeah.
All right. So.
And just so you know, my vibe is not to necessarily kill him. It's just I want answers.
Interesting. Apparently, the torch is listed as a creature.
Huh.
Woo! My torch goes first.
That's interesting.
Did I get advantage?
Before we left, I would have started collecting some of my torch.
Okay, that's fine.
Does this mean that Growlmon is faster than the speed of light?
Yes.
It does strongly imply that, yes.
I want my torches back.
So, with a 24 on initiative, Gromod, as you are standing there chewing on the cube, you notice the very beginning stages of some sort of magical incantation that's about to happen. Fib can most certainly not have advantage. Let's see. Let's get rid of that 6. And then...
Roll 5.
There you go. 11.
It's so much bigger.
Okay, so. Yeah, Gromad, you see something fucky going on. What do you do?
Something fucking
I
going on.
put my hunter's mark on him and get my bow out and shoot at him.
All right. That is one way to do it. 16 will hit. You shoot him. 6 plus 6, 12 points of damage. He gasps. Lucius. Well, actually, no.
I get
Gromad
to do it one more time.
do it again, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you shoot him again. He has 2 arrows sticking out of his chest. This is rapidly descending into a Boromir kind of situation. He gasps more weakly. Anything else Gromad would want to do?
No, that's it.
Lucius.
All right. I am going to kind of shuffle around to the side, and I just got to see what this... Yeah, okay. And I would assume he's got an open side where we're not near yet, just because, like, I was behind, so I want to shuffle around.
Sure.
And I am going to cast this, but I believe... not that, sorry. Other one.
I was going to say, probably not shield.
No. I'm going to cast Sleep at a 3rd level. And I'm going to say nighty-night. And we'll see.
Okay. So, yeah, you see him, like, kind of fumbling, trying to remember the incantation for whatever it was he was going to cast. And then he just kind of, like, trails off and... thump.
All right. Immediately, I'm going to get the rod out and just throw it back behind towards the rest of the party. Disarm him of that, and I'm going for a spell book.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough. It's a big book of spells. You find it.
All right. Get that out of his reach, and I will back up and let them kind of do their thing. 'Cause
Tie him up, search
Yeah.
his pockets.
Yep.
Chop off his head.
No, I will prevent that for now. I'll say I put him to sleep for a reason. We need to gag him for sure. And I will crack open his spell book and start seeing what the fuck spells he's got.
Okay.
So.
I make sure that he cannot move his hands or fingers.
Excellent.
Yeah, go help tie him up.
Yeah, Becca has some recent experience dealing with spellcasters and binding them and making sure that they can't fuck the party over.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
He can make no movements for, is it semantic? What's it? Whatever the movement is.
Somatic.
Yeah.
Thematic.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this spell list is the exact same as the one that you found on the other Red Wizard. Cone of Cold, Ice Storm, Greater Invis, Fly, Fireball, Counterspell, Suggestion, Misty Step, Shield, Magic Missile, Mage Armor, Detect Magic.
Yep. Same exact one.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well.
If you guys would like, I can remove his hands. That should stop him making
That
anything
sounds
like that.
perfect.
I mean.
But I vote to do it.
Don't remove his hand.
Yeah.
Why
not
not?
yet.
He's evil. He's evil.
You know, if Lucius is lobbying against something, it's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Not yet. Let's get our information first, and then.
Wait, I have an
He
idea.
can still talk with his without his hands.
But he's less likely to help us.
We
than
just
talk.
chopped off his hands. I'm fairly sure he's going to want to talk before we chop anything else off.
He might
I
have
mean,
lost
go
some
for
will
it.
to live, though.
You know what? You've convinced me. Go for it.
Okay, so in the meantime, you look over and you see that that there is an immovable rod planted against the wizard's head, pinning him to the wall.
You know, this seems surprisingly effective.
Not. I feel like it should be like under his neck, because you can wiggle out of that. Unless you're doing it like hard enough to like crush
Maybe-
his skull.
Or maybe just like, you know, do it so he's like in a sitting position and he's in a corner so he can't wiggle out. And every time he goes to try and shift his weight to stand up, he just can't.
Yep.
Oops. Oops, there's
No,
a rod
I-
there.
I would think more like a crucifix-like thing where you just have it where he has to put his
Oh my
pressure on the
God.
ground on the foot.
Ooh. We're not.
Okay,
I'm
you
not gonna
call us
torture him
harsh,
right now.
but-
Yeah, we're going dark.
Anyway,
We're
incapacitating
him.
against the wall.
I do have an idea where it removes his ability to do verbal, and then Lucius can just communicate with him through message.
Okay. Yeah.
And it also is going to be very uncomfortable for him, so he'll probably cooperate.
Lucius is 100% behind this plan. As
All right,
a player,
two people lift him.
Yeah, as a player,
Two
I
people
know
lift him. The immovable rod
Oh,
goes
my
under
bad.
his jaw. Again, so he's against the wall. A movable rod under his jaw. He's just kind of hanging there.
You didn't just stick it in his mouth?
As long as he can breathe.
He needs to be able to talk.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Lucius can use
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
So you're hanging him by his jaw on this rod.
Fib will
Okay.
volunteer to help push him up, but I don't think she's very strong.
I can try and help. I'll lift his legs. Because I can't reach very high.
We can just use Thorv as a stool and just remove him.
Yeah, remove Thor. That works.
So yeah, somehow or another this thing happens. And mind you, he's only asleep for a minute, so probably around the time you're done hanging him up.
We just hear panicked grunts.
I will
Yeah.
at this point I will message him and I will say, "Well, I'm glad you're in a talkative mood now. What do you know?" And I will keep the message stream open for him to read.
All right, yeah. His eyes are wide, and he's just like looking around frantically for anything he can do to escape the situation. And he says, "This is clearly a mistake. I don't know anything I haven't told you already."
Do I even have to insight check him to know if he's lying or not? Because I kind of feel like that's already been established that he was being kind of sketchy and.
I mean, you definitely don't have a good feeling about it.
Okay.
Lie to us again, I'm taking one of your fingers.
Make an intimidation check. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we don't really appreciate being lied to.
See, somehow Sirenny is like the scariest one in the situation because she seems so nice,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just standing by as this is happening. Like, you kind of did it to yourself. Like, you're sorry. I'm just asking you questions.
Should I make an intimidation check?
I mean, so he rolled in that one.
So he just pissed himself.
So yeah, he kind of like withdraws his hands a little bit, just like tucking them in toward his chest like as much as he can. Just not my fingers.
So as he's doing that, I will just message him and say, "Well, either your tongue's gonna wag or your fingers are gonna wag, and one of those are gonna be chopped off if they keep
Good
wagging in a
lord.
way that we don't like."
Yeah, he messages for returns the message or whatever. It says fine. I don't know much, but my superior here in Omu is another wizard by the name of Zagmira. She wants us to find these puzzle cubes.
Okay.
I didn't entirely know what they did until your friend filled me in, but I knew they were important.
Okay. Where is your superior?
we had a base established, sort of near the entrance to town. Snake people attacked. We've been moving, staying mobile to prevent any future damage to that level.
At this point, I guess I'll pull out my map. Was it the campsite that was hastily abandoned?
It was the place where you found Orvex.
Oh, okay. So, I guess I will mention, well, we found Orvex. But, unfortunately, he was slain in the very next battle.
What is it with people affiliated with the Red Wizards pissing themselves, by the way? Anyway.
They're cowards.
They really are, no backbone.
But, yeah, he honestly doesn't seem to give two shits about Orvex.
Yeah, that's fine. The next question, how many cubes did you guys have?
Yeah, he thinks about that one and he says, this would have been 3.
So that makes... Is that all 9? Then? Or did we need 4?
Well, okay, how many do you have?
We have 5 now?
I believe you have 5.
Okay, I couldn't remember whether it was 5 or 6.
Or wait, no, you have 6
now.
now. Yeah, you have 6 now that you have the one that they were trying to get. So they currently, to Vaj's knowledge, have 2.
Okay, so
They
there's
thought they were going to
in
get the one that
question.
you now have, and there is 1 still up in the air, yeah.
Okay. Well, do you know which ones they were?
No.
Well, by process of elimination, it's not one of the 6 we already have, so... Whereabouts were they operating? Because I know, for us, we came in and we've been kind of operating along the main stretch of road. So when he knew last, where were they kind of operating out of? What areas were they checking? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think in that regard, he would tell you that they probably they had moved a good ways across the city and were basically working from the falls outward.
Okay, so they were over in the flooded district.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, so I will relay to the party that most likely any of the other shrines we go to are going to be abandoned. There's not going to be any cube there. They already have it.
I could locate object and try to locate a cube with a particular creature on it.
We can. I would say let's wait on that because
And just if we need to find them.
Yeah. Right now, I think we're good. They can't do anything without us, so they'll have to force some sort of a meeting with us, even if they don't know it yet. So, anything else we want to find out about from this guy?
How many?
Good question. Relay it back to him.
Okay. So if I recall correctly, yeah, let me double check before I misinform you here.
I mean, realistically, it's his best idea, so you could probably misinform us, and it wouldn't be a huge deal.
If I'm gonna misinform you, I'm gonna willingly misinform you.
Fair point.
Um. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, he would know that there are at least, well, when he was petrified, there were at least 3 other mages in the city, as well as small detachments of hired muscle, thugs and that sort of deal.
All right. As he says that, I'm gonna look to Bag of Nails, and I'll say, did you happen to see sign of any of these, any mages or anybody wandering around other than us?
Yeah, he thinks on that and he says, I do believe I did.
Okay.
As he says in the northern reaches of the city.
Northern as in where we were, or northern as in, like, flooded area, or ring?
Yeah, closer to the flooded district.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Anything anybody else wants to ask? I think I've got all my questions answered.
What should we do with him now?
I mean, I feel like he has served his purpose, and he could act as, at the very least, as a messenger for us.
You don't want to just get rid of him?
No, because I have a feeling that he could and would be willing to, and I'll throw, like, just a real snarky glance at him, to arrange a meeting between us and his leader. Because, realistically, without either of us, the other one is not going to go very far. So, we kind of need each other at this point.
He does his best to weakly nod since you've kind of broken the message chain. He just
And I guess the last question, I'll look at him and I'll say, obviously I'm guessing your boss is probably a little more accomplished, but were your other peers about the same equivalent as you in terms of power?
He basically tells you he's not sure exactly what's in their spell books, but they're all accomplished mages.
Okay. Yeah, that was all I was looking for. Yeah, I've got nothing else.
Okay. So, yeah, he's like looking around like, okay, you guys gonna let me go?
Can we just leave him here as a message?
No, we need him to communicate with his boss.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of letting him go, since we're gonna have to kill him again.
No, I can find him whenever.
Yeah.
He just looks over at Sirenny like, what the fuck?
Yeah. She's the scary one. And
I think he's slowly realizing that I'm the most scary one.
I will message Thorv and I'll say he is absolutely useless without his spellbook, and on top of that, even if they have replacement spellbook for him, he still has to take time to copy this over. He's gonna be down for a while.
Should we just destroy his spellbook then?
No.
Doesn't do you any good, does it?
Oh yes. I can sell it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
So
I want to search him and make sure there's nothing else on him. Useful. Any
Okay.
gold or anything like that.
Yeah, so let's see. He does have some other stuff on him. You find a small leather pouch that contains 3 tiger eye gemstones, each worth 10 gold. And, well, there is, of course, the immovable rod that's currently jammed up under his face. And
He's not
his
getting to take
spellbook.
that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really about it in terms of valuables.
Gems and the rod.
Yep, and his spellbook.
Yeah, that's gone. He lost that.
Okay. Well, I guess we remove him of his valuables and let him go.
I
also-
I want to ask Serenay if he needs his hands to deliver this message.
His eyes go wide.
I will chime in and I'll say he may need to defend himself, and I know he's got enough in his repertoire that he could at least manage to make it back to his master before too much could befall him.
Just need 2 hands to deliver this message.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
I'll look at Thorpe and I'll say, if I chopped off your sword arm, how easy would it be for you to hit me with a sword?
Difficult.
It's the same thing for a mage or a wizard. So.
Okay. So I chop off his magic hand, and it's difficult for him to do stuff.
I'm saying
He needs to actually make it back. with
Yeah.
Zorbo or something.
we need him to make
Okay.
As you're having the discussion, like Azorbo just drops down and eats his face. Like,
it. I mean, he kind of asked for it.
Okay.
So. All right. If no more
I guess we
questions,
can let him go this time.
Yeah, no more questions. I'll walk up and release him from the rod.
Okay. Yeah, he fucking bolts, man. He's scared.
All right.
Should we shoot him as he runs?
No, we don't want to
No.
accidentally kill him. Because
You don't want to accidentally.
And-
He's already has 2 arrows in him.
yeah, as he's wandering off, I'll start actually talking again, because I didn't really want to say anything around him, but we need to find whoever his boss is and try to get the cubes that they have. Without
So
that,
we should be following him.
well, not necessarily. And at this point, if you look up, you'll see Stratos trailing him.
Yay!
So, very, very decent distance, just enough to kind of keep an eye out. And if he has to, he'll get closer. But yeah, Stratos is trying to tail him, but at a distance.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So Stratos follows him, and I mean he's got a long way to go.
that's fine. I tell Stratos, go out of range, whatever you need to do, just stay alive and come back to let me know, even approximately where they are.
Okay.
So,
Cool. So yeah, that's the thing. And Stratos is gone for a good long time. In the meantime, what's the plan for I don't know, the short term, I guess.
What
We
time
need-
of day is it?
yeah.
Well, yeah, it is getting kind of later in the day. I think you did hit that last shrine basically first thing, right? Like you woke up at the guardhouse, you crossed the river on the tree and the ice and all that. And
we
then
hit the shrine.
yeah, then you hit the
Mhm.
first shrine of the day and now you're here.
This is the second shrine of the day.
But there
Yeah.
were quite a few ritual casts done as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. So probably like pushing into the evening.
We
Well, as soon as
probably
Shadows comes back, we should. Or we can start heading back to the, I guess, guardhouse.
Would Stratos be able to locate me? Like, even if we moved? Would he be able to locate me?
So I think it would be kind of involved, but it could definitely happen because he would know if he re-entered connection range.
Yes.
So he can kind of like broad sweep his way across the city, and eventually he'll find you.
Okay.
I would think that'd be one of the first spots that he'd check to is where we
Yeah.
hang out for the
Yeah.
evening.
So yeah, I'll say let's head back. Stratos will find us and let me know where, and then I can let you guys know where they are.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then I will say, as soon as Stratos hits the range, I'm gonna have him keep going, and I'm gonna tell him to fly over to the Coliseum, and just land, and then I'll bamf him back. So basically, anybody that's watching, I want to throw them off our trail.
okay.
And then, I'll just, as soon as he gets within contact, I'll just say, fly there. I'll give you, half hour, and then I'll bamf you back, and then find out what he knows.
Okay. Cool. So that's the thing. You guys make your way back across the river using the tree or ice or whatever other means you devise to do so. And back to the main boulevard and eventually to the guardhouse. And returning there, you find everything just as you left it. And you settle in for potentially a long rest.
So,
In a hut.
yes. Explain to me, I know I can copy my spell book and it takes a very little amount of time. Is there a gold cost involved in that? Because essentially what I would like to do is take this guy's spell book and just add my additional spells to it and then give it to somebody to hold on to as a spare spell book.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And I know there's a thing in there on it, but it's not something you go over too often.
Yeah. Well, I think that is the thing that I will look into. And I will say that, I'll roll for what happens over the evening right now. So that way, if you do finish your rest, we will know. Okay, so I think what's gonna happen is,
Oh, we're doing watches and all that too.
yeah, we
Yeah.
may want to work out watches.
So
I have the last watch.
I will do the first one because I'm gonna stay up transcribing spells.
Yes, and you're gonna stick Fib in the middle again.
Well, no, I mean I'm staying up to transcribe some spells into the new book, and once I'm done, then I'm going to bed. So, like, I'll wake somebody up and then go to bed. But
Thorv and Groilmod and Fib can just chill. Or I guess basically we only need one other person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fib can do the first 4 or the last 4 and just chill with someone.
She could do the first 4.
Okay.
I'll
The
take
one.
the middle one.
Okay.
Cool. So that would mean a little bit after Thorv takes over on watch. I would like him to make a perception check.
Great.
Oh no.
Spectacular. Okay.
What about Fib's dart?
Yeah, we'll get there. I'm just trying to think of how this situation might unfold. Yeah, so I think right after Fib kind of sinks into her trance state, the pager goes off, and you look around, probably like just frustrated at this point, I would imagine, but
Yeah.
um,
She's so
uh,
sleepy.
yeah, you look around through the bubble, and you don't see anything out there immediately. You can make a perception check though.
Okay. Oops, wrong one. God, my perception rolls are so bad tonight. I have a +7.
So yeah, you don't see anything.
Who's on watch?
Thorv.
Me.
I go over to Thorv and I show him my dart and I'm like, there's something out there.
I'll take another look. See if I can see anything.
I mean, like, not enough has really changed for you to just re-roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see anything.
I'll just wake everyone up just in case. Well, I mean, not
Okay.
just in case. There is something out there, but...
Okay. So yeah, you do that. You wake everyone up, looking around for whatever this threat is, and well, everybody who's up can make a perception check now, I suppose.
Better not be snakes. We're very bad at perception.
Come on,
So it would
Azaka.
seem.
Azaka, carry us.
Yeah, Azaka and Bag of Nails
Azaka, take
comes
the
down
wheel.
to
Groyomod?
Is it morning? Is it like the middle of the night right now?
middle of the night.
Oh yeah, he's asleep.
Well,
She
I
woke
woke
us
him
Fib
up.
woke
up.
you up.
Yeah, she woke all of us up.
Oh, okay.
Like a rude
Oh,
person.
yes!
Yeah.
You wake up Royal Mob.
Since he is awake,
He literally sits up, points over at whatever the fuck it is.
he sits up like a Terminator and just scans the entire area.
You just see the GUI of the Terminator. Y'all.
Okay. Well. Yeah, Gromod is the only one who sees the encroaching threat, which is a series of reflective eyes peeking from bushes and holes in the walls, from ground level to approximately human height level. They just stare.
Is it a group of Zorbos?
It seems to be a group of snake people.
God!
Oh, fuck.
Looks like someone else is gonna get killed.
But they're not moving on you, they're just watching.
We're being watched. There's a bunch of snakes watching us.
What?
Some of them are tall. Some of them are at like ground level.
How far away are they?
It varies, but I think they're kind of all around you at distances of, we'll say, 30 to 60 feet.
Alright.
Can we see them now that they've been pointed out to us?
You can see like the little bits of light reflecting from the eyes, but yeah, it's like unnervingly subtle.
Can we like pop out and cast spells and pop back in?
Possible.
Yeah,
Like,
Fib,
we
It
Fib
seems
cannot.
Fib would
cannot.
like to do that.
You can't.
Uh,
You have the bubble up. You can't leave
it's
it.
too late.
So wait, you're literally going to pop the bubble to hit this thing?
Fib doesn't like snakes. Here's the thing. Fib gets
Oh,
out,
fuck.
pops
Would
out the
it-
bubble.
As soon as she
It
does
doesn't
that, I
like
cast
snakes
fly and I'm
when you
gone.
Stay in the bubble.
Like literally,
What?
if Fib pops the bubble, I'm
Wouldn't you
gone.
stay in the bubble? Because the snakes can't get you there.
You can't cast outside the bubble.
Fine, I'll
Like
say Fib goes to cast it on instinct, but doesn't because she's in the bubble, so nothing happens, and she just curses instead.
Okay.
I mean, you can cast it.
No, she can't because
It's fine.
she's in the bubble.
It's fine. I'll stay in
Well,
the bubble.
Yeah, here's the thing. She can cast it, but it just won't get there.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
Can she stick her hand out of the bubble or no?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
I would like to cast a spell though.
Okay.
You can't, you're in the bubble.
I can leave the bubble and come back in.
Fib is so jealous.
I'll leave the bubble and 1 sec.
I leave the bubble with Bob in my hand.
I mean, okay, let's put it this way. If this is like we're gonna go out and fight these things, then we're
gonna
picking that
kill
up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna kill them.
Okay. So we'll roll initiative first thing next time, as you are currently still in the bubble, surrounded by UNT. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
I hope they all die.
I
How
hope
many
we
are there?
don't.
A number.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Probably like a couple. It's not a big deal. We'll just kill them.
He did have a nat 20.
He did
Yeah,
have
which
that
which incidentally was just enough to see them.
Ah,
Ugh.
Ooh.
they're so sneaky. Why are they creeping on us like creeps? I hate them.
They want to sacrifice us in their temple.
Yeah.
Creeper's gonna creep.
I hope a meteor comes and kills all of them.
But conveniently, not any of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hang out in the bubble. Watch the entire world around you just. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as there's nothing still, horrific happening in 8 hours, everything is totally fine.
Couldn't Lucius cast his bubble too?
I don't have it.
Oh, I thought you did too.
No. No, third level spells are a little rough to come by, so if she took it, I was not taking it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But that allows me to have things like tongues and fly and haste. So
Those have
Yeah.
been important.
So, about all that experience you got this session.
it's gonna
Did
be a
we get
whole,
any?
I mean,
We did neutralize someone.
well,
You did.
We saved him and then neutralized him.
Yeah, so. Amongst the lot of you.
Got like 10.
No, it's more than that.
Woo.
Everybody gets 329 experience.
Hey, that ain't bad.
How much till next?
14, I think. So,
Ooh.
yeah, we're getting close.
Yep.
Depending on how this
Get
goes,
anything?
this combat might get it for us.
That's why we're going to stop tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Right then. Oh.
Ooh, that's exciting. I get things at 6th level.
Yeah, I get some good stuff too.
I can use Channel Divinity 2 times for Rust. And I get a Divine Domain feat.